how much energy can you burn when raving? 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, Felix here from SS1 Performance. Today's video is about raving. How much energy can you burn when raving? Alright? It's a little bit different to the other videos I've done so far. To be fair, the channel's only like 2 months old anyway, so I'm still kind of finding my flow. You've got two different worlds. You've got like rave culture over here, and you've got fitness culture over here. This could be a good way for us to sort of come together. Fingers crossed, I'm going to be able to go into the gym now and set up in one of the studios and basically rave for 10 minutes and see what the Polar Beat chest strap picks up. I've got a little bit of help as well, because the sort of neurological and psychological arousal necessary to produce the like broad kinematics of the type of raving that I do, which is loosely based around sort of breakdancing, requires quite a lot of like energy, you know what I mean? So I went to a vitamin shop in Acton and I said, can you just point me towards the you know, the most powerful pre-workout that you've got? Yeah, I will take one of those, please. No problem. I never take pre-workout, but I picked up this, which is called Lifted. Yeah, 300 milligrams of caffeine, 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, help me with lactate buffering, which I'm going to need. There's citrulline, there's a load of different things in there. I'm not going to get into it, but basically the yeah, it's going to help me put something forward that is hopefully somewhat impressive, right? Okay, so first of all, I'll explain why I decided to do the video. The initial inspiration from this came from a channel on Instagram that I found in December called NuttyOneSounds. They're a label and promoter of drum and bass. They just paste over drum and bass to sort of funny like rave culture style videos and other like, you know, just funny videos and things. And I watched a few of them and just thought they were pretty awesome. The first one that I saw was this, which is just the perfect, this is exactly, not that I know anything about this of course, because I'm like super healthy obviously, but like back in the day, this is exactly how you re-enter the club, you know what I mean? Plus it's like that, but you know, anyway. Right, so I watched that, then there's this guy. Watched him a few times. I think this is the same guy. The last one he does on this I love. Like, that he's gonna go like that in a second. The next one. Yeah. Alright, yeah, so anyway, watch that one. But there was one particular video, right? And this is, if I had to put this video down to one person inspiring me to make this video, it's this person. And I really hope that they're all right with me doing this. Fingers crossed, right? And I don't want anyone to be upset with me for putting this stuff up. But it was already up, so I thought it might be all right. So, check this out. This is amazing. I watched this video about 100 times. Like, this might sound crazy, but it's just perfect because basically, and apparently the actual original is, the original is like hardcore techno apparently. So whoever this person is, that's what they're into. I'm into drum and bass. This person's into like hardcore techno apparently, right? But the interesting thing is that they're raving on their own. There's no one in the house and there's something going on outside, and they're just like, but it's just awesome, and just, I don't know, man, like it's really love the video. Then I thought, you know what, they've got the right idea, so that you actually can rave on your own, and it's like, it's okay, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I just think it's awesome. So that person made me think, well, do you know what, maybe I should do a video on raving for the purpose of exercise, because it's something I've been thinking about for a little while. So that's the inspiration for the video. Rave calories and biomechanics. Bridging the gap. Rave. Okay. So, rave calories and biomechanics. Bridging the gap in rave and fitness cultures. Wow. Incredible. So, you have these things called paradigms. If I think of raving, I think I'm gonna have to go out and get hammered and then spend at least a day or two recovering. That's what constitutes a rave. But the Berlin raver, they're just raving in their house, so they didn't have to go through all the trouble of like getting a ticket, then booking the time off work, and making sure that they're free and all this sort of stuff. They're just doing it in their house. If we need to get more people moving, it makes sense to try and reframe really positive activities like dance into something which is more readily accessible. For example, I finish work, let's say I'm working in an office and I finish at lunchtime, and then I go, and I'm in central London because I've done that before, and then I'm thinking, man, it's been a tough week, I could go out and drink, or there's some place, right, that's down the road that everyone's going to go to, and they play like a 3-hour rave, just pure drum and bass, and then you can just go and like, water, Lucozade, Red Bull, pre-workouts, whatever you want, and like it's not actually a place to go and get wasted. It's a place where you can get that almost all of the benefits from an actual rave without like the sort of requirements to also get wrecked, right? I know there's going to be other people saying, well, I still want to get wrecked. And it's like, you can. I'm just saying that there's another, I think that the reframing of a rave is definitely something worthwhile. And I'm pretty sure I've heard there's, some people who are sort of trying to do this already. I've combined 4 different elements. So I've got the solo Berlin raver. They're the ones who basically inspired, that's the person who inspired this video. Then you've got NuttyOneSounds, who took their video, put their drum and bass over the top of it, and that's how I gained access to it. Then you've got Hospital Records, who are my favorite record label. I've been listening to them for like, 15 years or something like that. And then the last thing is SS1 Performance. Like, this is a new mechanism for me because I've never had social media, so I've never been able to put anything out. So by combining these 4 things together, we get this video. And then, well, what's the point? 15% of the population hold a gym membership, so there's obviously an interest in people being active. There's also other data around gyms, like the amount of people who actually attend the gym is like completely different to the amount of people who are actually members, right? So not that many people are attending, but like 15% of people have a gym membership. They want to be active, not all of them are attending. What if they had other ways to be fit and healthy that aren't framed in a sort of, I'm going to go to the gym, and put my t-shirt on and like get my, Fitbit out or whatever. 3.7 million over 45, that's over 45 years old, go once a week. So Eventbrite found that apparently there's millions of people over 45 who go raving once a week. And there was another note I found that said they feel like their stamina is much better. So, for anyone thinking, oh, rave's only for young people, no, it's not, actually. I'm not 45, I'm 35, but there are people who are at least 10 years older than me who go and they actually use it for fitness. It's just not something that's really a mainstream concept, hence the reason why I'm doing the video. Last one, 51% agree on this statement. I should do a lot more about my health. That's from Kantar in 2019. Everyone's trying to generally be healthier now. It's a good idea. Circulation is life. If you're circulating chemicals, nutrients, endocrine, whatever it is through your body, the chances are your longevity is going to be a lot better, sorry. Just the last thing is a special thanks to Simon Bassline Smith, who actually responded to an email I sent, gave me the permission to use Be Mine, which is like, I was really excited, and my wife is a drum and bass fan as well, so I showed her and we were both like, oh, that's pretty cool. So thanks, Simon, that's like really cool. Yeah, that's like I don't know, I've been listening to basically Drumsound and Simon Bassline Smith for like a long time, so I just thought it was really cool that I got a response. So yeah. References. So the style that you're going to see, right, is I'm not like YouTube's best raver. I learned to breakdance at Heatham House in Twickenham in London. I think it was around 1999, and my instructor was called Barney. So thanks, Barney, for 25 years later? No, yeah, it was about 25 years that I learned to breakdance. So cheers for that. Now there's 6 videos here. I've just given you the thumbnails. I've watched all of these to kind of get my head around how people are moving around in kind of shuffle dance, break dancing, and then you can see at the sort of bottom right hand corner is a clip of Hospitality, which is the rave from Hospital Records, and in that is Metrik, who's like my favorite artist. Those all put together kind of will tell you how I sort of formulated what my style is and everything. Now I'm gonna basically drive to Virgin Active. Fingers crossed the studio will be available. So I'm gonna take a scoop of this pre-workout. I'm planning to go pretty, I'm gonna go for it. Basically, I'm gonna try and burn as nearly as much calories as possible. RPE has to stay under about 9, maybe 9.5. I'm gonna put everything I can into it for 10 minutes across 3 different tracks. I'm gonna get my stuff together and head out. Yeah, so in order to kind of get ready to put in a maximum effort, like I've been listening to a load of very loud drum and bass for the last sort of 24 to 48 hours, and it sort of gives you like a hankering. You want to sort of like get the movement going. It's gonna improve my calorie burn. I did a 10-minute row on like what I perceive to be an RPE of about 8, and I connected the polar chest strap to my chest, right, surprisingly, and then I calculated the calories, and basically you can see the difference. So when I'm doing this, it's like, rather than just having like a random bit of data that has no kind of context, what you get to see is the comparison between 10 minutes of like pretty hard raving against 10 minutes of fairly hard rowing as well. And then basically, it's kind of like more helpful than just having just the raving on its own, I think, because then you've got like something to compare it to. But the kinematics or the biomechanics or the shapes and patterns that you make between rowing and raving is like completely different. All right, that's 1 scoop. It's meant to be put in a shaker. All right, I am filming. I'm trying to get this giant scoop to go in the bottle. This is the strongest pre-workout that they had at the vitamin shop in Acton.
I might have to steal this scoop from you before my race, mate.
Well, that's absolutely fine, because the chances are I'm not going to be having this very often. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty strong. I need to finish most of it in order to get the full effect. So I'm going to do a warm-up whilst I'm waiting for it to take effect, and then I'm going to be here basically 10 minutes of pure raving to drum and bass, and I'm just hoping I don't cramp up. Okay, so Polar is set up. I've got this on here. We've got music setting up now. So 3, 2, 1.
there's no one else. Listen to yourself and free fall, and free fall. Hearts tend to wonder. Set yourself
Okay, so that was 10 minutes of, at this point, pretty hard raving. This will probably be part of a series because I haven't really done dance stuff for like ages. So in theory, if I keep on doing these, the kinematics and the biomechanics should get like better from start to finish. And then my heart rate might not be as high. And sort of like, there were some moves that I wanted to do, but my fatigue set in, so I couldn't do them. And yeah, so this is the first attempt. And in terms of calorie burn, it's about 130 roughly in 10 minutes. So obviously I couldn't do this for like an hour, so you can't like times that by 6. But you get my point, which is that pretty hard dancing, especially if you open up your body, it's pretty tough. So there it is.